Hi, it's your boy Big Rich. You already know the deal. Live from Queens, New York City. Mob stories. Now we've been around the world. We started off in New York. We had to go to Sicily. We had to go to Nigeria. Now let's go back to north of the border to the champions of the NBA, Canada. And a salute to my boy Michael Savastino for sending me this article. Mike, salute to you. Thank you. Any articles that you come your way, send them to me. I will give you guys shout out and props for it. And thank you for helping me build this platform, man. We need more stories, more shit that's going on in the world. So if anybody sees something and be like, yo, Big Rich needs to talk about this shit, email it to me, ruckusradio87 at gmail.com. Let's get down to it, the business. Toronto police investigation uncovers tow truck turf war. Tow truck turf war. Say that 5 times with your coffee. A guns and gangs investigation exposed a violent turf war among tow truck drivers across the greater Toronto area, also known as the GTA, police said on Friday. More than 70 people have been charged under Project Kraken, a months-long multi-jurisdictional investigation led by the Toronto Police Service into firearms and drug trafficking connected to what officers called the Chester Le Gang and its associates. Police said some of the accused have ties to traditional organized crime. Chester Le is a neighborhood in the city's East End. And Mike, if I'm pronouncing everything wrong, email me and let me know what I pronounced wrong so I can learn. I like to learn. You live and you learn, you fuck. You know what I'm saying? Don't just be dumb your whole life. You know, and I'm talking to the dummies out there that just don't want to learn nothing. Early on, intelligence led our investigators to believe the members of the Chester Le Gang and their associates were involved in numerous violent incidents and activities throughout the past 4 years, said Toronto Police Deputy Chief James Raymer. That's who we have on the screen right now. He looks like a snitch. These offenses included attempted murders, firearms occurrences, drug trafficking, numerous robberies, and are believed to also include several murders. So the attempted murders and actual murders. Officers seized more than $350,000 worth of drugs, including more than a kilogram each of cocaine and fentanyl, along with over $90,000 in cash. I mean, what are we doing here? Towing trucks or towing kilos? A total of 23 firearms were also seized. Among those, Deputy Chief Raymer said were guns seized from tow truck operators who had armed themselves and were prepared to shoot other tow truck operators over an ongoing battle over territory. Jesus, minke. These drivers are armed, ready to shoot each other. Don't shoot each other. The turf war is occurring across the GTA, police said, but seems to be most concentrated in Central East Toronto. If anybody's from Central East Toronto, give me an email. Give me a call. Let's talk about it. We'll go live with this shit. I love shit like this. 7 tow truck drivers were charged in Project Kraken, Superintendent Stephen Watts said. Although investigators did not provide specifics about the alleged crimes, they did note that charges were laid in connection with 2 armed robberies earlier this year, which tow truck drivers drove through the front of the stores. Minke, these guys need some money. At least one tow truck driver has been killed in Toronto this year. Lawrence Gannon, 28, was shot in the driveway of his home near Ivy Green Crescent and Merkley Square in East Toronto in April. The case remains unsolved. Although major projects by the Guns and Gangs unit typically focus on a specific group or neighborhood, Project Kraken explored a broader network of criminal activities, with drug trafficking alleged to extend as far as Thunder Bay, Sunbury, and Peterborough, Ontario. A prominent last name stood out on the list of those charged: Cosimo Camiso, 74, is accused along with relatives of conspiracy to commit municipal corruption in relation to what OPP Acting Chief Superintendent Carl Thomas described as an attempt to influence a decision on improved use for commercial property in relation to a cannabis facility. Mr. Camiso has long been reputed to be a mafia leader in the Toronto area, according to court documents previously filed by law enforcement. On Friday, his lawyer, Peter Browiti, said his client denies any wrongdoing and denies any suggestion that there is a Camiso crime family actively engaged in criminality. I like that word, criminality. Unfortunately, charging Mr. Camiso brings a certain amount of notoriety to these files. He has become a successful business operator over the last 20 years, said his lawyer. Asked about what this project reveals about the fluidity between traditional organized crime and street gangs, Superintendent Thomas said it is important to remember that the goal of all these groups is to make money, the business. If they have to work together to make a profit, they do so. And I think we see a lot more of that now across the country. So salute to Michael Savastino. Thank you for sending me the article. I hope I did it justice, boss. Straight from the Globe and Mail in Canada. It's your boy Big Rich, by the way of Michael Savastino, Toronto in full effect. Mob Stories. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and if you can, throw us a donation. Salute.